if she's never satisfied, stop trying.
You don't got a job, she gonna leave you. If you got a job and you work too much, she gonna leave you. If you don't have nothing, she's gonna leave you. If you try to build something, she's gonna leave you. Women are only with men because of the convenience, or maybe even the idea of having a man. Okay? Women, they don't want to sacrifice nothing. They don't want no responsibility for nothing. They don't want to go 60-40. They don't want to go 40-60. They don't want to go 50-50. They don't want to do nothing. All they want is the benefit of a kink. But they do not want to have the patience and do what it takes to help him build the kingdom. So this is where you need to wake up. You need to realize what type of women that you're dealing with, and go get you a woman that believes in your dream, in your kingdom, and that's willing to go 50-50 with you, 60-40 with you. Oh, baby, I ain't doing this. Oh, baby, I ain't doing that. Get rid of her. If she can't do that, get rid of her. I don't care how her mom and daddy made her fine. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I completely agree with this. It doesn't really matter what the looks, but how she's packaged, how genetic, how she won the genetic lottery. We need to get to a space where we completely ignoring that. When that becomes maybe the fourth or third or fourth most important thing when we're looking at women. In this day and age of modern dating, of transactional dating, if there's never going to be any type of point where someone is satisfied, right? It just keep moving the goalposts. Then men, we just leave them alone. Right. And don't disparage them. Don't I don't want to hear. I don't want to see any fight. No, just leave. Pack your bags and leave. Right. Or pack her things and leave. I like that approach. I'm not arguing with you. There's got nothing to prove. Arguing is not going to solve. It's not going to change anything. If she is not fundamentally understanding you guys are not on the same page, there's no pleasing some people. And yeah, the only thing you can do is make the healthy decision and just leave. Listen, before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Still trying to do 2 a day. Hype the video, share the video, check out the merch in the store. So what I like about this point of view, it's acknowledging the real truth today. When you look at a lot of things that are being put out right now, like on social media, and again, we take a lot of our cues from social media. A lot of our decisions in life are geared or influenced heavily by social media. If you don't think so, then just look at the slang, look at the mannerisms that people get, how it's all seemed to be downloaded from one hive mind. That's the algorithm at this point. So it matters in what is being put out there. That's one of the points of this channel, to refute a lot of the nonsense that's going out there, to have a more nuanced, more thoughtful sort of outlook. Some of the stuff that's put out there, you need to challenge it. You need to first stop and think, like, does that really make sense? A little search, a little research on your own, checking some stats on your own, make informed decisions on your own is what we want to go for. Right now, the narrative being pushed is one that you're supposed to pay all the bills. Basically, you were born to be a subservient to women and then to whoever the children in the family. Even if those children aren't yours, you're still supposed to be the 4th, 5th runner-up in that family. You go after friends, you go after family, you go after extended family, you go after the dog. This isn't what men were put on this planet for. And there's no one, right? And this is a common theme for most men. We understand there's no one's going to come and save us. There's no one that's going to come and hold our hand and say, hey, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to continue to exist like this. We want better for you, therefore you should come and do this. No, that's never been the case. It's never really happened for us. We're the ones that are responsible for what our lives look like. And if we want to have companionship in that sense, then we have to basically set our boundaries and hold to them. Doesn't matter how fine she is. Doesn't matter what she looks like. Doesn't matter if your favorite celebrity crush, whatever she is, whatever her appeal, comes to you and says, I need you to simp for me. No, you don't do that. We get that. That should be the ongoing message that we want to pass generationally. You don't do that. When it comes down to transactions, when it comes down to dating, the idea that you're supposed to make something yourself, right? Because it takes, you have to be a cut above the rest in order for you to pay all the bills. 72% of households don't have that. 72% of households, it's a dual income, right? This isn't something that we can just do on our own. So those that actually can afford it, they have to understand that you're not doing that. You didn't make something yourself simply to now do for someone else because this is what they say they want. when men are looking at dating as a value sort of structure or proposition, they're saying, well, if I'm going to pay all the bills, what am I going to get in return? Even that question isn't met with any type of truthfulness. It's met with a response where you're just supposed to do this. This is a man's job. You're supposed to provide. This is why, and we don't often look at enough why men are saying they're done with dating. Where is the value proposition? What am I supposed to get for the struggle of making something of myself, of now being able to sit you down at home and take care of you, the kids, the dog, the house, luxury vacations, all this? What do I get for that? I get someone that's not going to be satisfied. Someone that's going to be upset because, well, it's in vogue. It's popular to be upset at men. If your man doesn't do this, then you should be upset. Then you should leave him. If he fails to do this, then you should leave him. There's very little content saying they should praise your man for the things that he does for you. No, we find new ways to be upset. Men have that trailing effect. You say this is what you want from a relationship, from a husband, and then he goes and he implements and he finds ways to do these things. Then you simply move the goalpost. When, in another video, I talked about, we went from partnership. I want to go out there. I want to get my bag too. So we can come together. We can be Bonnie and Clyde. We could be a power couple. Then that went to, I don't want to work. Okay. Now he has to pay all the bills. Okay. Then we're moving on to saying, well, now that's basically financial abuse. If he has all this money, if he can feed you, he can starve you. So now you want to have him pay all the bills and fund your retirement and fund you and pay you for your labor of being a mom or labor of being a stay-at-home wife. To now, at what point do men say, yo, enough is enough? Enough is enough. If this is how it's going to be, I'd rather take your time, be more discerning, and find someone that is more realistic, that doesn't espouse these silly sort of ideals that are ever changing. It's just, what's the new trend? What's the next thing that's going to be put out there? I would love if the next trend was a positive one and said, hey, the next trend is you showing appreciation for your man. Not some asinine challenge, not some asinine question that's being put out there. So now you have a reason to be upset with your man. We need to take steps away from social media. And I think this is where you're probably going to find someone more aligned with reality. Someone more aligned that understands it's going to take two in an ever increasing, challenging economy. That we all are here lying about our salaries and how much we make and how dope our lives are. And we're all, got the 50th floor condo in Miami with our Lambo and 3 other supercars just in the garage. No, realistically, people are struggling. Sometimes people are getting together and they're still struggling together, but at least they have someone to rely on. I was looking at some economic data and it said the outlook for women, for married women, in terms of net worth was something like, a married woman's net worth was something like $412,000 versus an unmarried single woman. This is at like age 65, something like negative $4,000. There's a clear difference, right? That we're better together, but it's only when we're on the same page. It's only when we have the same mindset. It's only when we speak the same language when it comes down to money. But again, there's so many different ways you can skin a cat. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments, or you have something to add. If you see other videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And naturally, if you listen to sound of my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.